This is the capacitor from the Hampton Bay HBAVLAVQRXVPL215, whatever the heck it was, 12K Fetters rebrand air the conditioner. The fan motor in that machine sounds terrible, which could be exclusively caused by the bearings, but it could also be an indicator that the capacitor is not working properly. So while we have the machine disassembled, we're going to go ahead and test the capacitor to get an idea of whether or not there's an issue with it. And I say get an idea because these meters don't tell the whole story, because it doesn't test the capacitor under load. But generally speaking, if we test this capacitor and it reads, let's say it's supposed to read 10, if it reads 10.5 or 11, it's probably good, whereas if it only reads 9 or 9.5, it might be getting a little weak. So we just use this as an idea. This is not a tell-all, end-all answer. You have to use other observations as well to make sure the capacitor is either good or not good. So we're going to turn this to the microfarads, and this capacitor, the writing is very, very faded. I can barely see it. I think it says 40/5, and we'll be able to either confirm or deny that with the ratings. So we're going to hook up to the common side, and just a quick PSA for people that do this kind of work, whether on a hobby level or on a professional level. If you check capacitors with any regularity, get a stinking set of alligator clips for your meter. I can't tell you how many videos I come across with people using the, even respectable people, using the probes, and they're like, what does the meter say? Oh, it just came off. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. Just get the right piece of equipment. Whoa. I guess this is what I get for making fun of people using the probes. Okay, we'll push this to common, and we'll put this to the fan side, so this should read just over 5 if it's good, most likely. It's reading 0, so it might be completely spoiled. Okay, so the fan side is gone. Let's see about the compressor side. No, I don't believe that. Something must be wrong with the meter here. No, I don't believe it's 0, because the equipment was working. And if it was 0, I don't think it would have been working. Oh, that's our problem. The daggone thing's not even plugged in. Okay, let's try again. Man, this thing really got back at me for making fun of the people with the probes. Alright, see, this is connected. It makes a good clean connection. The reading is stable as opposed to jumping all over the place from the probes not making a good connection. And this is, it's indicating 5.25, which is about what I would expect for a capacitor that's in good working order. So it looks like it's probably okay. And now let's check the hermetic side, and that's reading 40.4. So again, that's right in the range of what I would expect for something that's in good working order. So this capacitor is fine, and I guess the noises from the fan motor were just exclusively from the lousy bearings, which does not surprise me considering how bad those bearings were. Now we do have this on video now, which is kind of handy, but I'm just going to add that this is a 45, because it's very difficult to see. Okay, Well, we're going to put this back in the machine. There's a lot of debate about replacing capacitors. Some people say, oh, you should always replace the capacitors. There's valid arguments to both sides, because on one hand, if you run the equipment unattended and then the capacitor fails, what it eventually will, you could have a catastrophic takedown of the whole unit. But on the other side of the argument, you can replace the capacitor, but the one you replace it with is probably not going to last as long or be as good a quality. So, in my case, a lot of these machines, I don't run them unattended. They don't put in a whole lot of hours throughout the year. And if the capacitor failed, I would notice pretty quickly. So I tend to just keep the capacitor as long as it's reading clean and working normally. You know, why spend 30 or 40 bucks on a good, reasonable quality capacitor replacement to replace a capacitor that works? That just doesn't make any sense to me in my use case.